guys, and welcome to
me as a sales and marketing officer here in Nyeri County.
Okay, so I can see behind us we have sunflower, and we also have the butternut, yes. So maybe you can start with the sunflowers. You can explain to us a little bit more about the plant and the type of farming.
Okay, sunflower is now a very popular commercial crop, both for dairy farmers and even for those who are looking to get oil, because we have now companies which are buying sunflower from our farmers for purposes of squeezing or making cooking oil out of it. Okay. So sunflower takes 4 months to mature. All you need to do is get 3 to 4 kilos of seed for an acre, and when we plant it, the spacing should be just like maize, 75 centimeters by 30 centimeters, 75 row to row, and 30 centimeters plant to plant. Okay. Now once you plant your sunflower, make sure you weed it well. Get the weeds out by either using chemical weeding, or you can even just go in and weed, because sunflower doesn't like competition from the weeds. So once you use some basic fertilizer like DAP, or even any 17 or 23 to plant, once your sunflower is at knee high, please apply some nitrogen fertilizer to allow it to form the leaves and to get the energy to produce the heads. So that is some CAN for your top dressing. Then once your flowers form, that is now about time the sunflower will be feeding into the head. So it needs enough rain right from planting up to the time of flowering. Thereafter, minimum rainfall, your heads will form. So Kenya Feather is the variety here. It's called sunflower Kenya Feather. It gives you up to 3 tons of grain for an acre, and 3 tons. This particular variety has 38% of oil. Okay. So once you squeeze, you get up to 38% of oil content, and the rest of the material, what we call the sunflower cake, you can use it to feed your animals. Okay. You can use the whole stalk. Actually, sunflower is usable right from the head all the way down to the stalk. This is all good for animal feed. Okay. And the stalks also can be used as wood. If you're looking for wood to cook, once these stalks dry, you can use them as wood to cook, or even to make small hedges around your farm, because it's a really strong type of wood after it dries up. Okay. So that is Kenya Feather. We have it here in Karatina at our depot, and even with our agrovets in Nyeri, and even in Karatina.
Okay. Yeah. So maybe you can tell us about the type of soil that sunflower thrives in.
Sunflower does well in any red soil or any black loam soil that you have. It thrives also well in slightly warmer temperatures. Anywhere lower than this place, WAMBGU, going down towards Mwea, sunflower will do very well. It doesn't do well in the high altitude cold areas, but it does well in the lower zones in red to black cotton soils, to black loam soils.
All right. So maybe you can talk about the pest control, about the pests, and how we can control the pest.
Okay. The most serious pest for your sunflower would be the birds. The birds are the most serious pest. Otherwise, the other pests are really, sunflower is not a really problem crop when it comes to pests. On diseases too, it is not a big problem. So the only thing that our farmers need to watch out for are the birds, because as soon as the grain starts filling, then the birds will be your visitors, and they can also cause quite some huge losses. So what we advise our farmers, you can plant earlier, have some small crop for your birds, so that the birds know you have a crop for them. Okay. And once your crop comes up, the birds will continue visiting the other crop, and they will not affect your main crop.
Okay. Yeah. So maybe you can tell us the harvest seasons in Kenya for the sunflowers. Depending, I don't know if it depends on when you. Yeah,
most of our farmers depend on the rain seasons. So there's the March, April rain season. You can do sunflower in that period, and also in the September, October, November rain season. So because it's a good crop, it doesn't require very high rainfalls, so you don't have to worry about irrigation, because once you plant in the main seasons, the 2 seasons that we have, then you should be able to harvest your sunflower in good time, because it is only 4 months and your crop is ready.
All right. Yeah. Okay. Does your company export seedlings and seeds to other countries? Maybe somebody wants to order for the seedlings and they want to maybe venture in this type of farming. Yes.
Yeah, we do actually export. We have an online shop where we can buy similar seeds, simlo.co.ke. You can buy from there. But for export, sunflower we don't export. What we export are actually the white sunflower. There's white sunflower, yeah. Okay. So white sunflower is suitable for bird feeding. Okay. So once you have white sunflower, we export to the European countries during winter, and they use them to feed birds. Okay. Yeah, so besides the black sunflower, there is the white sunflower, but mostly it's for commercial purposes. You use it to feed birds. Yeah. You use it also as a snack. Okay, so you can also use it for poultry farming. Yeah, you can feed your birds poultry farming. In Europe or other cold areas, they feed the wild birds because they don't want them to migrate. So they provide the sunflower seeds for them. Then the birds will not migrate. But otherwise, it's also good for just snacking. At the Kenyan coast, it is a very good delicacy when it comes to Ramadan. During that period, they use sunflower a lot, the white sunflower, as a snack to break the fast. Also, after you have harvested the grain, it is also good for fodder, both the white and the black sunflower. For? Fodder. Fodder, I mean for animals, for the animal feeds. All right. Okay. Yeah.
All right. I think well, that's about a little bit just about sunflower. I don't know where maybe you can find. Do you have a bigger farm? Maybe you can build and probably you can show up the process of the seedling farming and everything.
Yeah, unfortunately the big areas where we do sunflower is towards the Kenya-Tanzania border in Loitoktok. That's where farmers are really advanced in growing sunflower, and they even have processing. They process them. They have small processing machines where they squeeze their own oil, and they don't have to buy their cooking oil from the supermarket. Because today sunflower oil or any oil, cooking oil, is very expensive, and we want to encourage our farmers to do black sunflower, where they're able to even acquire these small machines and they're able to squeeze or get their oil, their cooking oil locally. Okay,
yeah. We can go to the butter.
Correct. This is butternut. Yeah, butternut is also a new commercial crop. It has been there, but today butternut is being really encouraged as a commercial crop because of its nutrition. Yeah, this is really good for young children and also good for people with immune problems, or when your immunity is low. Butternut has very high nutrient content, so therefore, and it keeps very well. This butternut can keep for up to 6 months.
No, okay.
Yeah, once you pick it like this, without breaking the stump, you can keep this fruit for as long as 6 months.
Wow.
Yeah. So with that, you can wait for the market price. And today's butternut is being bought by the kilo.
No, okay.
Not by the fruit. So the more kgs you have, the more money that a farmer earns.
How much does a kg go for right now in Kenya, in the Kenyan market?
In the Kenyan market, depending on the season, it ranges between 80 up to 200 shillings per kg of butternut.
All right.
Yeah.
So how, you say it takes like 4 months to grow?
Yeah, this is a 3-4 months crop.
What about the type of soil that it thrives in?
Yeah, okay, it's a heavy feeder, so you need quite some fertile soils.
Yes.
And you also need to make sure the drainage, the soil drainage, like it's not a place where water stagnates. Yeah, like the water drains away, so that you don't have water logging in the farm where you're going to grow your butternut.
All right. And what about its leaves? Are they used for making stew or something, or they?
We don't encourage. If you're looking for the fruit, then please don't disturb the leaves.
Okay.
Yeah.
So they cannot like be fed to animals or
no,
human consumption?
No. Okay, for human consumption they are edible. You can eat the leaves when they are still young. But otherwise, if you're looking at the fruit, then you want the leaves to remain, because the leaves is what feeds the fruit.
All right.
So if you disturb the leaves, then your fruits will be affected as well. I mean, you will get less yield on the fruit.
Okay.
But otherwise, if you're targeting the fruit, then don't disturb the leaves, because that is what you're using to feed your feed your butternut.
What are some of the major diseases that could attack the
butternut?
The butternut exactly, and how can we control them?
Correct. So for butternut, the most common problem would be powdery mildew attacking the leaves. You get a lot of the powdery. It's like a fungus which attacks the leaves even right up to the young stage. Otherwise, for pests, it's not a serious problem for butternut. Yeah, because it's not liked by many pests. But just powdery mildew with any common fungicide, you should be able to control the the powdery mildew that attacks the leaves. Like you will see here, that leaf, that's what I mean. Yeah, you can see some white powdery substance on the leaves. Yeah, that's what we call powdery mildew, and it can be a problem on the whole crop if it is not controlled.
All right. How do you are you supposed to water the plant? Does it do well in a high place?
Correct. At the younger stage, it might require a higher frequency of watering, but as the crop covers the field, as the crop covers the farm, then the requirements for water goes down.
Okay.
Yeah, you don't need to water it as much as when they are young. And even after it has formed the flowers, then we don't advise you even to get into the field. Yeah, because once you disturb the flowers, then you disturb the fruiting of the same.
Oh, great learning there, guys. You're going to learn more about this type of farming. So maybe you can look at the camera and tell your audience where they can find you on social media, and maybe even give your contact. You offer training too?
Sure, we do offer training. Yeah, on our pages you can follow us at Similar Seeds on Facebook, on Twitter. You'll find us as Similar Seeds. You can also reach us via WhatsApp. Our contact number is 0722 200 545. Here in Nyeri you can find us at Karatina. We have a depot there, and you can find all our seeds in all major agrovets, both in Nyeri, Karatina, and any major town. You'll find our products as Similar Seeds in those agrovets.
Thank you so much for your time. That's very, very educative. Yes, thank you so much. Okay.